Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you a horror and drama movie, The Pope's Exorcist. Released in the year 2023. Let's get started. A priest goes to visit an Italian village nearby on a new mission. This priest is called Amorth and he is very dangerous to any demon. Amorth does not fear any demons and we see that when he enters this house. Amorth goes into the house and there he finds a small family. Another priest comes to him and talks about the situation. He explains that there is a possessed man that has started to speak English. Amorth has some questions for the priest. He then goes to talk with the small daughter that is sitting on the table. He asks her to pray with him so that they can save her brother. Amorth is very kind to children but he is cruel to demons. He goes to face a man that has been overtaken by a demon. This man is now tied up in a room and Amorth is there to visit him. Amorth likes to make fun of demons to show them how weak they are. He starts to talk with this demon and roasts it. Amorth does not believe that this man is possessed, or he says that to tease the demon. The demon tells him that he is Satan but Amorth does not believe him. He then uses a medallion to stop the demon. Soon he brings a pig into the room. Amorth has set a trap for the demon. He starts to exorcise the demon and also daring it to possess the pig. The demon decides to prove that it's strong so it goes inside the pig. At that moment the pig is shot and killed, getting rid of the demon. It's then revealed that Julia, her daughter Amy and Henry traveled from America and now they are living in a Spanish mansion. This old mansion has a long history and it seems to be cursed. Henry's father died recently in a car crash and he bought this mansion for the family. They are now forced to be in Spain and take care of it. Amorth is a priest working in the Vatican. The story begins in the year 1987. While being a regular priest he is also an exorcist and he has faced many demons. In the Vatican he does not just work as priest, he is the personal exorcist of the Pope. This means he is sent on the most dangerous missions with the most feared demons. Amorth is not like usual priests, he is very funny and he is relaxed. We meet him riding on his scooter as he has fun. Amorth is happy that he is able to save people, but he is also a man with a lot of sadness in his life. He often makes the other nuns and priests laugh. Unlike most priests he is not very serious. The church does not like how Amorth deals with demons and they punish him. He is not allowed to fight demons if the church does not give him a direct order. The members of the church tribunal are now judging what they will do with Amorth. One of the judges is called Lumumba and he is a very nice person. Amorth and Lumumba talk about faith and the damned before the trial. Lumumba promises to defend Amorth. Amorth is angry that the church constantly causes problems for him. The problem is the other judge, Sullivan, who comes from America, and he hates Amorth. Sullivan does not think that demons are real and he thinks that Amorth is just a crazy person. Sullivan wants the position of chief exorcist to be done. Everyone thinks that the church has to be more modern and exorcisms are not real. Amorth tells the tribunal that true evil is real. He also tells the tribunal that he did not perform a real exorcism so that they do not put him into more trouble. Amorth gets angry at the tribunal and mentions the girl Rosaria. This girl died a long time ago and Father Amorth has tried to find justice for her. The tribunal does not like the mention of this girl. Amorth hates all of them as he thinks they are not honest people. Amorth leaves the tribunal and he hates the people that judge him and that make up unnecessary rules. While this is happening we see that strange things have started to occur in the Spanish mansion. Julia during the night hears strange noises and goes to see what is happening. Julia and her daughter find the small boy Henry in his bed. He is shaking and seems to be controlled by something demonic. Suddenly Henry tells his mother and sister that they are going to die. Soon after this they take him to many doctors to see if something is happening with his health. The doctors cannot find anything wrong with the boy. Amorth is now tasked with visiting the boy and saving his life. In the meantime strange things start to happen in the mansion. A giant fire starts and the workers that are building the upgraded mansion run away. Henry then starts to act very odd and it seems that a demon has attached itself to him. The demon has now fully taken over Henry and he is now turned into a little monster. A priest called Esquibel is invited to perform an exorcist. The demon actually demanded to meet with a priest. Esquibel is not really experienced but the meeting does not last. Henry in his demonic form throws out Esquibel out of the room. Henry then yells to bring him the real priest he wants to meet. It seems that demon wants to talk with Amorth and him alone. Later in the day the Pope wants to talk with Amorth. The two meet up and the Pope tells Amorth that there is a boy called Henry who has been possessed by a demon. This boy lives in Spain and his mother Julia is very worried. Henry has been acting strange and the Pope thinks a demon is taking him over. Actually Henry was in the same car accident as his father but he managed to survive. Now he is traumatized, which means he is a target for a demon. Amorth arrives in the town and he meets Esquibel. The two decide to form a team, even if Esquibel is not really skilled in the art of exorcism. Esquibel and Amorth talk, and it seems that Esquibel knew about him and his adventures. He heard about his book but never read them. Amorth tells Esquibel that he should read them as they are good books. Amorth goes to talk with Henry in his demonic form. Amorth does not think that this is a real demon until Henry calls out Amorth's real name and also talks about his traumatic past. This demon is calling himself the real nightmare of Amorth, and he wants to end him. Amorth now realizes that this is a serious problem. Amorth and Esquibel start to train for their exorcism. Amorth explains that prayer is the most important part of any exorcism. They go into Henry's room and try to perform a real exorcism to get rid of the demon. Henry in his demonic form starts to make fun of Esquibel and calls him out for his sins. Esquibel loses control of himself and tries to strangle Henry. Amorth has to stop Esquibel, and it's obvious that he is not ready for something like this. Henry starts to say specific words that ruin the exorcism and stop it. Henry then starts to turn on his family and attack him. With his demon eyes he takes control of Amy. Amorth tries to find out more about the family and their past. He realizes that Julia is not a religious person and has never been. Julia does tell Amorth as a child she believed that a guardian angel was protecting her. Amorth explains to her the importance of faith and prayer. Finally, Julia starts to believe once again. The Pope starts to read up about the Spanish case of demons. While he does research, he falls sick and has to be taken to the hospital. Amorth tries to investigate the giant mansion. He is trying to find answers about the demon. It must be coming from this house. Finally, after some time, he finds a well in the yard. Inside this well there is a sealed off part. This is a part of the land that has been deemed as too dangerous by Tay Church. Amorth tries to find out more about what happened in this place during the past. Soon Amorth discovers a horrible truth. The founder of the Spanish Inquisition was an exorcist, and at some point a demon took over his body. This demon took over the body of the exorcist and went back to the church. He then did many evil things using the body of this exorcist. Amorth finds out that the church found this out, but they did not want to reveal the truth to the people. Amorth then finds out that the demon who took over Henry is called Asmodeus. This will help during the exorcism, as now they know the demon's name. Before they perform the exorcism, Amorth and Esquibel have to get ready. They perform a ritual of confession and absolution. This means that they confess their sins to each other and that way clean their soul. Amorth has to reveal something very traumatic that happened in his past. He was a fighter in World War II. His entire unit was killed, but he somehow survived. After that day he promised to serve God and help people. After many years he met a woman who was mentally ill. She asked for his help, but Amorth did not help her. He was too prideful and do not bother with something so small. Soon after, the woman killed herself. Amorth has carried this sin for many years and has blamed himself for her death. Esquibel confesses that he was in a relationship with a woman in the past, but he did not marry her and left her. Amorth and Esquibel now think that they are ready to perform the final exorcism. Amorth gives Esquibel a special medallion. It's called the Miraculous Medal. This will protect him during the exorcism. Finally, they enter Henry's room and start the exorcism to get rid of the demon. The demon does not want to leave, so it starts to show visions to Amorth and Esquibel. It shows them visions of the woman they failed during their life. Amorth realizes that the exorcism will not work as the demon is too strong. Then he comes up with a plan. He will offer his own body to take the demon. The demon Asmodeus likes this idea and he goes inside the body of Amorth. This is what the demon wanted from the start, as he hates Amorth. Amorth now realizes that he has to get rid of himself, as that will kill the demon. He tries to kill himself. First he starts to hang himself. The demon is taking over his body, so it does not allow Amorth to do this. The demon Asmodeus already has a plan. He will use the body of Amorth and invade the church and destroy it from the inside. Esquibel decides to help Amorth to get rid of the demon from his body. The two manage to punish the demon and it leaves the body of Amorth. Amorth and Esquibel send the demon back to hell. At that moment the Pope starts to recover and Henry is also much better. Amorth and Esquibel return to Rome, and there they find out that Sullivan has left and Lumumba has taken over his position. Lumumba then tells Amorth and Esquibel about a special part of the church archive. In this archive there are many locations that are mapped out. These locations are all notable for the evil spirits that live there. Amorth and Esquibel will now use this map and destroy every location they find. With this they will finally defeat the devil and purge him from earth. Amorth walks away and he prepares for this war with hell and demons. We then see a picture of the real Amorth and find out that the movie was based on a real exorcist that faced many of the same evils. The end. Thanks for watching. Please, like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.